guys, welcome to the Venture Trail. My name's Kendall and I'm an intuitive tarot reader and crystal energy healer. Today I wanted to do a pickup pile for Libra season. I know it's already started, but we still have most of October, so I did a card for love life, I did a card for career, and then just a card for personal growth overall too. So I'm gonna let you guys see the piles and just take a minute to connect with them and really just tune into your intuition and see what you need to hear for this zodiac season. Okay, so take a moment here, just close your eyes, take a deep breath in, start to think about all the intentions you have for the month ahead, all the goals you have and everything you have coming up. And then exhale and just release. Take a minute with each pile and just see which one you're really connecting with. If you need to pause the video at any point, go ahead. On pile 1, I have amethyst, pile 2, green aventurine, and pile 3, there's tiger's eye. So just take your time here, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start with pile 1. Those of you that chose amethyst, this is gonna be for your reading. If you chose green aventurine or tiger's eye, look in the description below because I'm gonna put the times where you guys can fast forward to so that you guys can get to your readings. So yeah, pile 1, amethyst. So when I connected with this amethyst, it is for sure just telling me dreams, 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 dreams. Amethyst is a good stone for a whole bunch of different purposes. You can work with it in pretty much every one of the chakras. It's usually used within the third eye and the crown though. Amethyst is really good for reducing anxiety and reducing stress. It's really good to work with for sleeping. That's like the #1, especially because it's working with those higher chakras. And when we're going to sleep, we're in the astral and in the dreamland, and we sometimes leave our physical bodies or we experience things that are totally out of this reality. So that's why it's really good for working with sleep. Because of the word dream that came up, I just have a feeling that a lot of you guys are going to be working with your sleep patterns, maybe improving your sleep cycles, getting to bed earlier, or just not sleeping in as much, possibly dealing with insomnia as well, or like repetitive dreams or nightmares. In this transition period right now, with the change of seasons and the change of daylight and everything, it's really easy for our sleep schedules to get messed up or for us to get really stressed out, and it has an effect on our daily routine. So the dreams that we have, they really reflect on what we're experiencing right now and can tell us a lot about how to get healthier or what we need to be paying attention to right now. So paying attention to your dreams for sure, just right off the bat. So I'm gonna read the love card first. Oh, that's cool. Oh, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna read it like as for singles and then as for those in a relationship, just reading the same card, because I'm gonna get a specific message for each depending on your relationship status. So we have the Ace of Swords here. So for singles who chose this pile, the Ace of Swords, this would be dealing with communication and our mindset. Aces relate to new beginnings or almost like a rebirth, like starting at ground zero all over again, kind of. So it's like realizing that you maybe don't know as much as you think about something, and just a willingness to learn and surrender to your ego inflating and making you feel like you have everything figured out. So kind of dropping out of having to be like the master and maybe just like swallowing our pride and learning a little bit more about communicating and about how our mindset really influences how we feel about our relationships as well as the people that we connect with. The Ace of Swords, it really has a lot to do with just a new thought, like just a new idea, like an epiphany almost, a new perspective. So singles that chose this pile, you might be realizing that the type that you've been going for lately just isn't it anymore, you know? Like, it's just like you're taking a step back and you've reviewed your past dating and you're ready to kind of try something new maybe, or to approach dating differently. Maybe your whole like reason for dating has changed from like serious to just having fun, or vice versa. And okay, just 1 second, I need to turn my phone on airplane mode. I didn't before I started recording, and I keep getting notifications. I swear I don't get this many notifications in a day, but it's really distracting me because it's coming up right where the camera is, and so it's like distracting me every time that I go to make eye contact with you guys. 1 second. Okay, put it on airplane mode. That was so distracting. I was trying to just like channel it through because it was all coming in, and then it was just like bloop, bloop, bloop on the side. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, back to singles. So it's like you've reviewed your whole like dating history, or like your recent dating history, and what the challenges have been and how you've changed and you've grown, and you've done that review process, and now you're moving into this energy of trial and error, as well as just like putting yourself out there, just like that first breath of fresh air. That's what I'm trying to say. That's very much the energy of the Ace of Swords, is like that new breath, especially because it's the element of air, right? So definitely throughout Libra season, you guys are going to be approaching dating from a new mental perspective, and the way that you communicate or talk about relationships, or talk about like just the way that you talk about relationships and like how you view them, it's gonna be different for sure. You're gonna gain a new perspective. So for those of you that are in a relationship, this Ace of Swords card, this is more so relating to like coming to an understanding. That's what I'm getting from this card for you guys in a relationship. It's like you guys may have been fighting a lot, or just not meeting each other like halfway. Like you guys are just like, it's like you guys have just been like, I don't know, it's like you guys are talking to a mirror almost, because like there's so much passion surrounding it, and there's so much love for the relation behind the argument on both sides, because you guys are like arguing about this from each perspective, from the same root that you want this relationship to thrive. And so like you feel like your opinion needs to be heard so that you guys can continue to be as healthy as you can together. So that would have been happening in Virgo. That's what I'm sensing here, is that like a lot of passionate arguments where you just feel like this person really wasn't prioritizing something that should have been prioritized for you guys to flourish. But I feel like the waters have kind of cooled down a little bit. Like Mars retrograde, of course we're going to be on edge and just like ready to fight, looking to pick arguments, but I feel like that's kind of settled down a little bit, and you guys were possibly like taking a break from talking. Like this might be something where it's more of like a situationship, where like you guys have been taking a break because you weren't speaking the same language and it was getting on each other's nerves. For those of you that are in a more serious relationship, I see this as just like you guys both just like stepped away from the problem and just like we're like, okay, let's put this down for a minute, let's just like carry on without it in the picture right now, because obviously we're not approaching it at a way that can be proactive at this time. So that's kind of where you guys are right now, like kind of at limbo with the situation. And now coming in with the Ace of Swords throughout Libra, you guys are gonna like be approaching it again. And at first it's gonna seem hard because like you guys are gonna feel like you don't really understand each other, but it's just gonna be coming from such a more calm place. Like you guys are just gonna be coming in there with like this fresh understanding of where you guys need to come from to get to where you guys want to be. yeah, you guys are dealing with something that's like really complicated, because like I can see that you guys both see each other's point of view, but you still feel like you guys aren't being heard on your side, or that like the other person just doesn't fully get it, you know, like they're listening, but like you're not really sure if like they're actually hearing you. But like this is gonna be like a big evolution for your relationship, because I feel like relationships go through like a rebirth process with communication lots, because the more close you guys get to each other, like there's different language that you have to use, and just you need to learn how to approach different things as you like progress together, right? And sometimes you don't really know how that other person's going to react, because it's something that you may have not approached before, or something you haven't approached in a couple years, and you guys have like changed a lot in those last couple years, right? So there's just like a relearning coming right now where it feels awkward, like super awkward, but just push through the awkwardness, because by the time that Libra season is over, you guys will have a much better perspective of how you guys can approach this healthily, and it's going to help you with future things that need to be discussed. So now for the entire group, I'm pulling a card for career. So we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So that's really interesting. I love these cards. Look at the reflection. So pretty. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here for career, guys. So how I see the Knight is that it's like, it goes like Page, Knight, Queen, King, right? So the Page I see is the student. They're learning, they're hitting the books, like they're really gaining like that, like, yeah, by the book knowledge of things. I see the Knight as that physical wisdom that you gain about things, where you're actually going out and you might be making mistakes, you might be a little brash about things because you think you know as much as you need, but it really depends if it's in reverse or in the upright. But how I'm feeling about this is that you guys rushed into something, or you took on too much, and during Libra season, there's going to be a bit of slowing down and like going back to that like Page stage instead of like zooming up to the Knight and thinking that you've got this. Excuse me. Anyway, so what I'm getting here is that, yeah, you guys have been like studying something, and whether that be like a new position or a new job, or just a new like outlet or project that you want to make as like a financial gain in your career, you guys really just like, you were really confident in yourselves, which is really great. You should be confident in yourselves, because this is like a good idea. It's just that you got to go back to that Page stage and pick up some more information that you missed out on. I feel like right now, or in the next like week or so, you guys are going to come into a situation where you realize that you aren't necessarily ready for this next step. Not saying that like it's like a failure, or that you guys don't have everything that it takes, because that's not what it is. It's just like some like physical, like just like there's just like some like rules or something. That's how it feels. It feels like there's like some rules or some knowledge that you were not aware that you needed to be so like in depth connected to. It may have been something that you just like breezed over, or something that you weren't even aware of at the time, but once you stepped into this like physical action, like, okay, I'm gonna go and get it, as soon as you started making those first few steps, it was like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, have you heard of this? And you're just like, wait a second. You're like, maybe I wasn't prepared for this. So Libra season is kind of just asking you to take a pause and kind of go backwards a little bit. Not that you ever really like go backwards, because it's not like anything that you've already done doesn't count. It still counts towards like your success and your goals and stuff. You're just kind of being asked to take a step back just to pick up the pieces before you keep moving forward, because then you're gonna have a lot more success that way. And now for the card that is gonna be related to personal growth is, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. So I feel like this very much relates to this King of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm thinking that a lot of you that chose this pile are focused on your career right now. Wanting more and more and more, and like wanting to just move forward and forward and forward, almost in that like never enough kind of phase right now. And I think it was more so just motivated by your confidence and your drive. Like you were just like addicted to how much success you were feeling and how much happiness that you were generating for yourself by like pushing forward with this. And you were just like so confident in yourself that you were just like really on this vibe, and so like you just kept riding it. And now that you're in the flow, it's like you're thinking, okay, now everything at once, like it's all got to come right now. And that's not how the universe works, right? There's so many different forms of abundance, and you're being asked right now in your personal growth to reflect on what you have learned and how much you have received in the last little while. You're being asked to show more appreciation. Not that you are ungrateful or anything, just really acknowledging everything that's come to you. Really, really acknowledging it. Whether that be prayer or making a gratitude journal, or just expressing your appreciation more so to people. I don't think that anyone does that enough. Like any of us shows appreciation, gives thanks to the people that are in our lives and how much they help us and push us forward. So that's going to pertain a lot to your personal growth, gratitude and appreciation in the next couple weeks up until the end of Libra season. So yeah, that's pile 1. That's great. I'm going to move on to pile 2 with Green Aventurine now. And my leg was falling asleep, so I had to restructure how I was sitting. Okay, so those of you that chose Green Aventurine. Green Aventurine is a really great solar plexus crystal, as well as a heart chakra crystal. It helps us really align with our passion, with like the dreams that we have and the motivation to actually drive forward towards them. It's also a stone of luck. It's very similar to pyrite, I would say, in that it amps up the energy. It aligns us with the opportunities that are going to help us move forward with more ease. And it gives us, just like the driving force that even when we do run out of energy, Green Aventurine helps us with that just like extra stock of drive and motivation. So that's what, that's a big theme for you guys this month. Those of you that chose pile 2. A lot with just connecting in with your heart to just push through anyways, because it's really important for you. So the first card I'm going to draw is for your love life during Libra season. So I'm going to read the card for singles, and then I'm going to read the same card as it pertains to those in a relationship. So we picked the Queen of Coins in reverse. Cool. So those of you who are single and chose this pile during Libra season, the Queen of Coins in reverse. First of all, definitely being asked to go inside. You've been focusing on material things very much so lately. Obviously, that's been a thing for us because it's like COVID and it's the fall. So not only are those changes happening with like the change of season and people going back to school and everything like that, but there's also like COVID in the mix, where we've really had to focus on our security and our yeah, our material security, in that like making sure that we have everything we need, and possibly restructuring our material things like our finances and our living situations and just like physical things that are outside of ourselves. So this might have changed your mentality a little bit. Like you might be focusing more of your like, you might be identifying too much with the outside world as yourself, instead of like reflecting inward and really just connecting in with your actual true self and your body and your soul, your emotions, your spirit. The Queen of Coins in reverse is letting you know that you need to kind of come back into yourself and nurture yourself a little bit. For like yeah, obviously that's not like your love life really, but it kind of is. It's like the self-love that you need to focus on right now. I do see this helping you connect with others in a really deep way. It's not that like you're suffering inside, or that like you're like, you know, you're not healthy right now because you've been focusing on the outside world. I feel like this is just like a gentle nudge to just like focus on that a little bit more, because it's just like a clue to as why your love life is in the state that it is. Not like, you know what I'm talking about. I don't mean like you're single because you're not loving yourself. That's not what I mean at all. I just mean that when you look at your love life, and if you have some questions about it, or like just kind of confused about where things are going right now, you're just being asked to like connect a little bit more inward. I do see you like connecting with someone probably by mid to end Libra season. Some of you might have already done this, where you connected back in with yourselves, and you're connecting with someone right now, because I feel like a really gentle energy. It seems very soft, and this person, like, it might not be a serious connection, but this person is serious about you. Like, they take you seriously. They are a very loving person, and they want to take care of you. They want to make sure that you feel okay, and they want to make sure that you're doing okay. So that's for the singles that chose this pile. Those of you that are in a relationship, how I see this is spending a lot of time at home, which again, it's COVID, no shit. But I feel like because things have been loosening up a little bit here in Canada specifically, but other places too, we're being allowed to spend more time outside, and you guys might be getting restless being home alone, well, like home all the time together. So you guys have been like, might have been like getting out more so. But I feel like the next zodiac season here, throughout Libra season, you guys are going to be spending a lot of time at home, and possibly just like sprucing things up at home, spending like less money, because you guys are definitely trying to save right now, I see. So spending less money for sure, but revamping the home as well. It's almost like you guys have been doing activities outside of the home, and like doing, just like activities, like going and doing something, because things seem boring or stagnant between you guys right now. So you guys are trying to like keep yourselves occupied, but you're being asked to like save a little bit of money and come back into the home. And when you revamp your space, whether that means like getting new bedding, or just changing around your living room, or finally hanging those photos you've meant to, whatever it means, just like really like revamping things at home, that's actually going to help you guys move forward as well, because some of that stagnancy is just like the energy in your home, I feel, and how like nothing's really changed in a while. So that's going to be a lot of your focus in your love life for Libra season, is just spending time at home and spending time together, and just like being a little bit more in an intimate situation. So now I'm reading the rest of the deck just for everybody, whether you're single or in a relationship, because career and spiritual growth we don't need to separate, you guys. So for career, the card that we're pulling is, the Hierophant. I love him in this deck. I love his, like, I don't know what that is. I feel that's a part of like his headpiece, like the back of it probably, but it's like flying, so it makes me feel like he's got wings, but like wings coming out of his head. Anyway, so for those of you that chose green aventurine, your career is going really awesome for Libra season. The Hierophant is, he stands for tradition, following tradition, following the rules that have always been set in stone, just like things that are just universally right and the things that just universally work. It's also innate knowledge and wisdom that you've gained throughout your life that you just know is right for you, and it's just it's your actions and it's your conclusions that you draw when being in specific situations. It's like, oh, I've been here before, I know what to do. That's kind of the Hierophant. It's also a teacher as well. So for a lot of you guys, I feel like you're going to be getting a promotion, or you're going to be recognized more so for your work, whether that be with a raise or, like I said, promotion or a new position, or just like being highlighted, just like really being put in the, not so much the spotlight, but just like, yeah, being recognized for all of your hard work and how much you are very much needed in the workplace. Even those of you that work for yourselves, I see like a new form of recognition where people are seeing you more so as a mentor sometimes. Like you might be getting more messages from people, or like people just reaching out in general asking you for help, where you like didn't realize that you'd gotten to that level. That's all sinking in right now. Yeah, definitely mentorship opportunities. For some of you, this might mean you're going to be meeting a mentor throughout Libra season as well, because I kind of see this like might be like an external person that is the Hierophant in your life during Libra season. But I more so just see this as you stepping into this role of just owning your shit, just knowing how great you are and how good at your job you are, just having fully learned the ropes. And then for personal growth, the message that we have for this Libra season is wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. Okay, so this is going to be great. Going in with your career, stepping into a more powerful role or a more recognized role, bringing others up with you, not letting it get to our heads, or just like getting into tendencies of jealousy as well. I'm trying to tune in to see if this has to do with like the love readings too. Yes. So some of you that may have been single, you guys, not really jealous, but like you guys might have been like looking at your friends and your peers that are in relationships, or like they have a really like fulfilling dating life in your mind's eye. You might be looking at them and just being like really just angry that you're not getting that as well. It's not so much pointed towards them, but it's being kind of triggered, like the thoughts are being triggered by them. I kind of see that connecting in. Possibly too with the people that were in a relationship in this pile. I kind of saw that like you guys need to start saving money, right? So when I saw you guys like out and doing activities, I kind of saw like, because I was trying to connect in and be like, are they being asked to like revamp by going and like buying stuff, like getting a new bed or a new couch or a new table? And that definitely wasn't it. You were being asked to save money. So you guys might be having like kind of like a keeping up with the Joneses moment, where you might have some friends, like couple friends that just bought a new house, or they got a dog, or they did something that you feel like you guys need to keep up with them now, or you feel like, well, we're at that level too, so we need to get that. But or you just feel like you need to do that, but you don't need to spend money right now. Overall, I think this is just like a realization that the world isn't all about us, right? And success isn't all about your own individual successes. It's about how you empowered others and how you brought them up as well. And that definitely goes in with this like mentorship, right? How to help others reach the point that they want to go to, instead of seeing things as like so linear with like everyone going up in levels and stuff. Understanding that it's not levels really, because everyone's on a like different path, right? So you over here, like you're on this path, this trajectory, this is like your main goal is way up here. This is your ideal, personal, unique dream, this purpose of yours that you feel just innately connected to, and you're somewhere around here, like you're getting there, you're working your way up. This person's like way over here, and they're getting all the, like they're working their way up, but one of the steps to get to where they need to go is a very similar step that you took like a couple steps back. And so they're not trying to get on your like on your ladder or like, you know, follow your steps. They just see from their point of view that you already had been there, so they're like, hey, over here still, like I would love to learn more about that, but they're still on their path, right? I'm just sensing like not so much just jealousy, but almost like a gatekeeping energy where it's like just like you don't want this person to like steal your ideas or claim your stuff, right? Like you want to be recognized, and that's exactly what's happening. These people are coming towards you because they think highly of you. So there's gonna be a lot about those kinds of emotions and thoughts and how you feel about where you're at, and how that kind of reflects on your thought patterns, and how you think about other people's success. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting for you. So that is for the green aventurine pile, and now we're going to move on to the third and final pile, which is Tiger's Eye. I think it's Tiger's Eye Iron, technically, or something. Tiger's Eye is really good for anxiety and grounding when we're feeling like we're kind of flighty or flaky or all over the place. Tiger's Eye really just brings us back down and roots us into the present moment. Also, because it's a turtle, I feel like those of you that chose this pile, you guys need to like just slow down. And I feel like as soon as I said that, I could hear you guys saying, I've been told that so often already lately, like another season of this, like all during Libra. But it's not, I guess it's not really about like slowing down even slower, but it's just like realizing that you guys are like in a slower pace right now because like there's a reason for that. Like stop trying to like resist the pace of your life right now. It has slowed down and it feels stagnant. It feels like you're going nowhere, but since you're like trying to like initiate action and it's still like just slowing you down, just roll with it, just surrender to it, just let go to the current and just be, because it's all in divine timing, right? And you're gonna look back on this time and realize that like it was stagnant, but it wasn't at the same time, and you may have just been eager, and that may have made you feel like things had to be moving faster, even though they actually aren't taking that much time to manifest into reality. So the first card I'm going to do is for love life for the Libra season, for those of you that chose pile 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go over what this card is reading for singles who chose this pile. And then I'm going to go into those of you who are in a relationship and how this card relates to you. So we got the Emperor. Wow. Okay. I said this in the green aventurine pile. No, I said this in the amethyst pile too. So you might connect with the amethyst pile if you chose this pile. It's Mars retrograde. We're all on edge. We're all ready to fight. We all got our fists up, just ready to argue. And I almost feel like it's not even that we're in bad moods, although we are so much more prone to it right now. It's not even in a bad mood. It's just like, it just feels like we're just ready to pounce on people. And it's not even like an anger thing. It's just like you just feel like picking at people, and like, not picking at people, that's a bad way of phrasing it. But the other day I was thinking like, I was talking to my boyfriend on the phone, and he said something, and I knew that he didn't mean it the way that he said it, but he said it in a way that he said it a couple times, this like specific thing, and I don't like how he phrases it. So then I just like kind of like went into it, and I guess I didn't really like snap at him or like direct my anger at him. I was just angry about the situation, and I didn't even feel like it was like fiery or anything. It just felt like it was like, no, I just want to like be a bitch right now. Like, I just want to like not like change, like not filter my words. I just want to say it exactly how I feel, and I don't care if I come across differently. Like, I just want to say this. And I feel like that's the energy that you guys are in right now. So those of you that are single, you guys might just be like just pushing people away. Like, if you've been seeing people regularly, just like not really wanting to be around them, just not wanting to connect with people, they just don't get it. Like, it just feels like, yeah, it's just like they just don't get it. That's like what I keep hearing over and over again, is like, they don't get me, like they don't get it, like, oh, like this is annoying, like kind of thing. Like the topics that you guys are talking about, or the things that like they care about, you're just like over it, like And singles, this is because you're in an emperor phase right now, where you're the king. Whether like whatever your pronoun, however you identify, you are in this emperor energy where you're the king of the castle. Like, you are self-sufficient, you got everything figured out, you have your lifestyle figured out, which is comfortable for you, and like just everything seems to be working out. And I feel like because of this, the connections that you may have made in the past, or the people that you assume, like, I don't know, it just, no, not people you assume, sorry, that's wrong. I'm not saying this how I'm meaning to say it. I feel like you're so in alignment with everything you're doing right now that not everyone can match that. Like, you're so in your vibe, like you've got like your, yeah, like I said, your daily routine just totally figured out, and you know your beliefs and your morals and stuff. And so it's going to take a really specific person to connect with you at the level that you're expecting, because, excuse me, you're so like connected in with your true self that you need someone that's going to be just as in alignment and in the groove, right? So like the people that you had been seeing recently, or the people that you're connecting with now and going on like a couple dates with, I feel like you're not able to like get past like the shallowness. Like, you guys you're not quite getting it. And it's just because like you're so like, you just know who you are completely. And it's really healthy. It's really good, and I don't want you to question it if you have been, because you don't need to like lower your standards, or you know, you don't need to like be more lenient on your boundaries or your needs because you're not connecting deeper with people. It's just it's a good thing. It's because you're doing that you're, yes, not connecting in deeply with people right in this moment, but I see that changing in like Scorpio Sag season. Right now it's just that you're so in alignment that like you are being magnetized to someone that is gonna run alongside you parallel, like right at the same energy level, and they know what they need in their own lives and what they need in a relationship. And yeah. And if you're not looking for a relationship and you're single, this is like your prime time right now. You're just having the time of your life. I can see it, like you're an emperor vibe. You're just like, yep, everything's peachy. So for those of you that are in relationships, the Emperor card here, this might be more so towards like what I was talking about earlier, where you guys are arguing, like just bickering, like just like poking at each other, like almost in a competitive way. Like I just see like there's just this irritation and this power struggle that's going on right now between you guys. I think it's just that like you guys have gotten to this point where like you're just really butting heads about something. And it might be just because like you guys haven't approached this topic before, or it might be because it's actually something that you've been over and over again and you still feel like you're not being heard. Whatever it is, just be really wary of your heatedness right now. For both of you guys, be very, very aware of what you're saying right now and what you're even fighting about, because just make sure that it's worth it if you're arguing. And if you are arguing and it is worth it, make sure that you're being constructive and that there's like a goal of resolution, not a goal of winning, because you don't want a relationship where you're the winner and they're the loser, or you're the loser and they're the winner. That's not a relationship. That's a competition. And you don't want that in your relationship, right? So just being really aware of your reactions in the next in this next Libra time frame. Okay, so now just reading for the entire group. Oh wow, beautiful. So this is a card for the career stuff that's all going to be happening for Libra season, and we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Again, I just love these cards. They're so gorgeous. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean that the Wheel of Fortune is not in your favor, but I feel like you may feel a little bit of resistance right now. That definitely connects in with what I was feeling with the Tiger's Eye here, what I was talking about, like resisting the pace that your life is going at right now. Like it's going a little slower than you are hoping, or it's been going slower for a little while and you're just like getting antsy, like, okay, I need some changes here, I need some evolution, I need to be like moving forward, something needs to change. But it's like very behind the scenes action that's going on right now. Like other people are like if you work in a like an actual workplace setting, other people are setting stuff up for you. I feel like they do see how hard you're working. It's just that they're not very good at letting you know, but they do mark how proud they are of you to other people. And it's going to have an effect on your workplace and help you feel more revitalized and connected in with the workplace in a little while. So just know that you are being recognized. Although, now that I'm saying this, I do get a sense that because it's in reverse, this might be just like a taking away phase. Like some of you guys might lose your job or lose hours, be not like getting like as much work if you're an entrepreneur, or you do like contracts and stuff, like you're just not getting as much as you're used to, which like it's been COVID and that's been happening anyway. But oh yeah, that's totally all making sense now. It's all clicking. It's like, why are you guys trying to rush the process? Oh, because you guys haven't been making so much money lately and you're not feeling satisfied with your work life right now. That's why you just want to speed past this. You want everything to go back to normal or better than normal. But the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here definitely connects that all together here. Yeah, it's just, yeah, during Libra season, like I feel like this is going to continue, or it just feels like you're like you're being asked to just like drop things when it comes to your career. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So even though like you're getting things like, it feels like it's being taken away from you, like your hours and your work and your clients, your job, whatever it is that's being taken away from you right now, it's first of all showing you that you can possibly reevaluate your priorities and how much worth you put in your success, and how much that kind of influences your own self-worth and your own confidence and love within yourself. So you're kind of being asked that at first, and then secondly, it's possibly just a time to go in a different direction. You might be meeting resistance and things might be slowing down because like they're getting to like the end, you know, like you're grasping fumes possibly right now, and being asked to maybe explore another route or another avenue, something that you're gonna go in a different direction. That's what it's basically noting here, is that to move forward you got to do it from a different angle. So whether that means going and finding a new job like that dramatic, or whether that just means like a new approach at your workplace, whether like it pertains to communication or even like the tasks that you do in your workplace, the way that things have been going, they just they're slowing down right now because like it's meant to evolve down a different path. And now the last and final card for your personal growth. The message is, I feel my way into faith, one step at a time. So if you're wondering why things are slowing down, I definitely know that this pile is for me too. You know, things have been slowing down. You know, things have been kind of petering out, and you know, it's like you've reached the ceiling the way that things have been going, and it's slowing down, and you're like, things are getting taken away from you because you're just not listening to your instincts. Like you want to go a different way, but you just don't believe in yourself enough, or like you don't have the confidence to commit to that path that you want to take. I feel my way into faith, one step at a time. One step at a time. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do, the universe is slowing everything down because they want you to be going in that direction. Oh, this is definitely the pile for me too. I pulled out that this turtle from my closet, and I was thinking, I was like, why don't I ever have this out? I'm gonna use it for a pile today. I love this turtle. And that's why, because the pile that I wanted to use for the turtle is definitely for me too. Guys, we need to just stop like limiting ourselves. We're meant for so much more. Your potential is limitless. And it's okay if you don't have all the self-confidence that you expected yourself to have before you could make that first step. Just do it anyways. And take one blind step, and see where it lands. See what happens. And then take another one. And then maybe take one more. And then you'll understand. You'll get more attuned to the energy that you're working in, this newness, this uncertainty that goes with this direction that you've been wary of, but you know is in alignment with who you are. Have faith in yourself and know that your confidence will grow as you further yourself down this path, because you'll learn more as you go, you know? Like, you can't expect yourself to be prepared for everything in advance. That's just not how the universe works, right? That's not reality. You can't be prepared for everything. So just take that leap of faith. I'm really excited to see what you guys are doing, because you definitely haven't really talked about it to people. because you really didn't want people to push you. You didn't want to talk about it and for people to be like, oh my god, you should do that, because you were like not ready to actually follow through. But things aren't going anywhere else because the universe is like, yeah, no, you've like had this idea and it's an actual thing that you can do, so this is my moment to just like slow everything down so that you can focus on this. So I hope you guys enjoyed your messages, and I hope you guys have an amazing Libra season. It's going to be ruled by Venus, so even though we're going to have a couple difficult transits in the sky for astrology, and Mars retrograde, and then Mercury retrograde, and you know, it just continues, right? But we are still working in this Libra energy of union and balance and love. So either way, it's just going to be a more soothing energy to work through while we're going through all these difficulties. And let's be real, we can't just be looking forward at the month ahead, looking at the sky, seeing the difficult transits and thinking it's going to be a shit month. That's just going to make sure it is a shit month. So have a lovely month. It's going to be amazing. You're going to do so many great things, and I love you. See you later.